morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, moving day. This is Jordan's moving day. I'm here in Atlanta at Clark University. As you can see, van is packed to the hilt, waiting for Jordan to come down. She's doing the finishing touches of cleaning her dorm room. Oh, I am so sleepy. I am hungry. We left Florida last night around 8:30. We got to Georgia. We got 68 miles before we got to Atlanta. Well, maybe another hour uh, before we got to Atlanta. Stopped at a rest truck stop and slept for like maybe 2.5 hours. Got back on the highway around 5. Then stopped again at a racetrack and just sat there to, use the bathroom and just sat there for a while. Marina took another nap, and then we finally get to the campus, which is a beautiful campus. You know, it's a bit, it's in the hood, but that's okay. That's okay. It's in the hood. Uh, Spelman is right across the street, and Morehouse is right across the street, and it's just a lot going on. Families moving their children out today, and she has to be out the dorm by 12 o'clock. Next stop is the hotel, and to get some breakfast, take a shower, and get in bed, and later on do some sightseeing in Atlanta. Go out and eat again. So we almost done. We're almost done. We come to the end of the road. I'll be heading back to Florida tomorrow after we check out. Yeah, after we check out tomorrow, have breakfast, and then we'll get back on the highway, headed back towards Florida. I tell you, this has been a drive. Next time, oh, we'll fly. We will fly. Get a car, get a van, something at the airport, and then come back. This just too much for me. It's too much for me. And these families, they're getting in and getting out because, yep, got 2 more hours, and everybody got to be out the dorms. Got to be out by 12. So this is Jordan's. She has her first year under her belt. She was a first year, did half the year as a freshman, and the second half as a sophomore. So she's the first year sophomore going back in. And after first semester, she'll be a first year junior. So she getting her college out of the way, getting it out of the way. And it's cold here in Georgia this morning. Oh, I brought Florida clothes. I didn't bring Georgia clothes. I bought a lot of Florida clothes. Let me see if I could turn the camera around so you can see a lot of the kids are um a lot of the kids are a lot of the kids are it's not that bad, but it's there's Jordan she's throwing away a lot of stuff. Yeah, she's throwing away some stuff. Um, They put those two big dumpsters there because they know these kids wasn't gonna take all that stuff home. So Jordan is trying to get all that stuff out, and um, my daughter went over earlier and thanked the one particular um yeah, she thanked one of the security guards for looking out for Jordan this year. And as I always say, when you're nice to people, people don't mind being nice to you. So, yeah, people don't mind being nice to you. And some people are coming in, still coming in late. Everybody has a designated time, and Jordan time was to be out of her dorm. Her dorm had to be out. Everybody had to be out by 12 o'clock. Some people are just getting here. Some, some been here forever. Like we've been here. We got here um around 8, and the gates open. And the gate, well, he let us in early. We got here about 8 because different part. Spelman is kind of crowded. Morehouse wasn't that crowded, but and the way they have this college set up is so, I don't have my teeth in my mouth. So the way they have the college set up is like, okay, I'm at Clark, Spelman is across the street, then Morehouse is down the street, but when you go around the corner, there's some more Spelman campus, and then there's some more Clark's campus, and then there's some more Morehouse campus, and I think Morris Brown is somewhere a little further down. Um, Now it is really getting crowded now. And we were supposed to be going to one of the little restaurants that Kamala Harris did her campaign from, but you can't sit down and eat. You have to get your food and go. And I want to sit down and eat, or either get the food and get to the hotel so I can eat, take a shower, and I just want to get in. I just want to get in bed, sleeping in this van at the truck stop. It wasn't a good sleep, but it was a sleep because we left. Like I said, we left at 8:30, and I tried to stay woke. We laughed and we talked for a little while, and listened to music and just talking about things. And by the time we got to Georgia, I could not hold my eyes open, and she would say, "Oh, my eyes are burning." I said, "Well, you want to stop? Yeah, we could stop." But she wanted to get as close to Atlanta before she stopped, and that's what she did. So we are here. And am I dreading the trip back? Oh, maybe going back won't be as bad as it was. It was a bad coming because we traveled at night, and when you travel at night, it is so easy than traveling in the daytime. So I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna let her drive to Ocala, and I'm gonna drive the rest of the way. This Atlanta traffic. If I lived in Atlanta for if I stay here 1 week, I could drive in the traffic. But right now, I don't think I could drive in this traffic because I'm not um, familiar with it. So that's why I didn't drive. But when we get to Florida line and we get to what was it? I said when we get to Ocala. Yeah, when we get to Ocala, I drive the rest of the way. So this is just a little bit what's going on. It's Jordan's moving day, and she'll be home for a while, and that's it, and that's all.